Students of class plus 2. Now in this video we will come to the topic combination of the capacitors. Now how the capacitors can be connected? We can connect them in two ways, that is, one is series combination and other is parallel combination. So how we can say they are in series combination? If the capacitors are connected in such a way that if we go from one point to another, so we have to go through one path only. Capacitors are connected through one path only, that is, negative plate of one capacitor is connected to positive plate of other, and so on. Now what is there? If these are the capacitors C1, C2 and C3, they are connected in this way. The first capacitor having plus Q charge on one plate, so due to induction the negative Q charge will be on the other plate, but the positive Q charge of the second plate, which is on outside, that will flow to the second capacitor. And now due to induction the C2 capacitor will have negative Q charge on the other plate, and positive charge of that plate will go to the C3 capacitor, and so on. It means in series combination the charges are same on each capacitor, and the total charge also, that is Q what we have given, and the charge on each is the same, that is Q also. But potential difference V1, V2, V3 will be different. V1 potential difference V1, V2 and V3, that will be according to their capacitors. Now the potential difference across first capacitor is V1 equal to Q upon C1, V2 equal to Q upon C2 and V3 equal to Q upon C3. And the total potential V between the two extreme points will be V1 plus V2 plus V3. And if their equivalent capacitance, that is the total capacitance of all the three capacitors which are connected in series, is Cs, so that V is equal to total potential, Q is the total charge and Cs is the total capacitance. That will be according to this, and total capacitance we can find by this formula, that 1 upon Cs equal to 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2 plus 1 upon C3. And now second combination, that is parallel combination. If we connect the capacitors in such a way that positive plate of each capacitor is connected to one and second negative plate of each capacitor is connected to other point, between these are the 2 points which are connected to positive and negative terminal of the battery. Naturally that we can observe that V is the potential across each, and capacity is different. So naturally each capacitor will have the charge according to their capacity. So charges are different, Q1, Q2 and Q3. In this way potential V is same but charges are different in this combination. The potential difference is same. So what is total charge? That is Q1 plus Q2 and Q3. These are the charges Q1, Q2, Q3 are on the each capacitor, and Q1 will be equal to C1V, Q2 is equal to C2V, Q3 is equal to C3V. V is the potential across each. Let equivalent capacitance कितनी है? Suppose CP, तीनों की equivalent capacitance. So what is total charge? Q is equal to total capacity into total potential, and total charge is also equal to charge on each, and by putting the formula we can find equivalent capacitance in parallel combination CP is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. Let's take the example of one numerical. If these are the three capacitors connected in series and connected to 14 volt battery, we have to find their equivalent capacitance, charge on each and potential difference. So how we can find? In this way, just let equivalent capacitance is Cs, so we can find Cs is equal to 20 upon 7 microfarad. Let total charge Qs equal to Csv, and this is the total capacitance or total potential है 14, and that is 40 microcoulomb. As I told you earlier that in series combination जो total charge होता है that is charge on each, Q1 plus Q2 plus equal to Q1 equal to Q2 equal to Q3, that is 40 microcoulomb. Accordingly, potential difference across each capacitor we can find out by this formula, Q1 upon C, that is this 4 volt and this is 2 volt and this is 8 volt. Similarly, in parallel combination, if the sum is given, so we can find that potential is same and charges we can find out. Now come to the topic energy stored in capacitors. Why energy is stored? Because whenever the charges are there on any body and still we go on charging, so we have to do work. That work done is equal to potential into charge. Similarly, if capacitors initially that is having zero charge, but we go on giving charge to the capacitor, and now if the charges are there on each plate and still we are charging it, and then we have to do work, that is W is equal to potential into initial charge. Similarly, let us consider the capacitor C, and charge on this plate is positive and charge on this plate is negative, and the spacing between the plates is D and A is area. And what is the energy stored? That is equivalent to work done in charging the capacitor. And let at any time during charging, that charge is Q, and at that time potential difference between the plates is V, so that V is equal to Q upon C. Now we go on charging, so let dq is little more charge that we are giving to the plate, this. So dq is that charge, that is very small charge. So small amount of the work done, that is in giving this dq charge, dw is equal to v into dq, as we have studied in the previous chapter. So dw is equal to v into dq. So dw is equal to q upon c into dq, and total charge we have to give to the capacitor is capital Q, and total work done is W. So total work done W is equal to, that will be integration of the work done, and Q upon C into dW is equal to Q upon C into dq. By putting in the formula and by integrating, we will get the expression, that is Q square upon 2C. Now we know that Q is equal to CV, and then we can find out the expression like this, and this work done is stored in the form of energy stored. So that's why energy stored U is equal to half CV square. Now if we have to find the energy density means energy per unit volume. So this is the energy, and total volume of the capacitor is area into spacing between the plates, and by putting the formula of the C, epsilon naught A upon D, as we studied in the last video, and V is equal to E into D, that is the potential difference between the plates, and this is E into D. E is the electric field between the plates, and that comes out to be half epsilon naught E square. Now in the next video we will study how the charges are shared between the capacitors. Thank you.